Welcome to Speed Reads. Fear Dynamics. Gain practical techniques for managing trauma-based fears and anxieties. Stephen J. Dietrich. Fear Dynamics, Harnessing Fear and Anxiety to Create Lasting Happiness and Meaningful Achievement. Have you ever been overwhelmed by the feeling that your past is dictating your present? That's how it was for Stephen J. Dietrich. A victim of child abuse, he spent over 3 decades of his life on autopilot, his decisions and relationships clouded by unaddressed fears and unresolved traumas. On the outside, he was a successful corporate attorney, but on the inside, he was miserable. You may recognize your own experiences in Dietrich's narrative. To others, you might seem to be fine, yet inside, you're battling personal issues. Alternatively, your challenges could be external, like dealing with tough family circumstances or relationships, facing career stagnation, or coping with financial pressures. Regardless of whether your difficulties are internal, external, or both, if you feel inadequate, burdened, or bitter, you're in the right place. In this summary, we'll explore 4 fear techniques that supported Dietrich during his recovery process. They can help you, too, on your own journey to healing and happiness. Just a note before we get started. While this summary will provide you with helpful strategies to better manage the impact of trauma on your life, it isn't a substitute for professional guidance. To access the support you deserve, please reach out to a healthcare professional. We can only move forward when we confront our past. We can only move forward when we confront our past. Outwardly, Stephen Dietrich was thriving, but inwardly, he was crumbling. Despite a prosperous career as an attorney and a seemingly stable life, the scars of a traumatic childhood marked by abuse and neglect lingered beneath the surface. Though hidden, these experiences shaped both his emotional landscape and his coping mechanisms. For instance, in his youth, the necessity of coping with his dysfunctional family environment led Dietrich to develop a variety of survival strategies. He became adept at masking pain and concealing the truth about his parents' shortcomings. This facade allowed him to navigate his early life, but it came at a significant personal cost. He suppressed his desires, silenced his own voice, and detached emotionally to protect himself from the constant hurt inflicted by those who were meant to offer love and protection. While effective in his toxic childhood environment, these coping strategies proved detrimental in adulthood. They hindered Dietrich's ability to form genuine connections and achieve personal fulfillment. Living behind this emotional barricade, he felt disconnected, not just from others, but from himself. This disconnection manifested as a pervasive sense of emptiness and fraudulence, despite his external achievements. The turning point came when he created a family of his own. After marrying his soulmate and welcoming a baby, it became clear to him that he wanted his son to have a childhood vastly different from his own. Motivated by this desire, Dietrich sought therapy to confront and unpack the trauma of his past. This journey through therapy was neither quick nor straightforward. It involved revisiting deep-seated fears and painstakingly replacing destructive thought patterns with healthier, more constructive ones. But over time, these efforts culminated in a significant transformation in his personal sense of self, his relationships, and his overall life satisfaction. Dietrich discovered some invaluable techniques on his journey, simple methods to convert debilitating anxiety and fear into poise and happiness. This allowed him not only to cope with the past, but to thrive in the future. In the sections ahead, we'll explore 4 of these fear techniques so that you can benefit from them too. Healing begins with self-acceptance. Learning begins with self-acceptance. When you delve into parenting books, a recurring theme you'll find is acceptance. Effective parenting is about understanding and accepting your child as they are. Each child is distinct, requiring a unique approach to parenting. Some children might excel in academics, be athletically talented, or have a passion for the arts. It's vital to nurture and encourage each child along their personal journey. This principle also applies to adults. We must first accept and understand ourselves before embarking on any self-improvement efforts. As Einstein supposedly said, everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. To thrive, we must find our distinctive niche. With adults, this search is complicated by the fact that our past experiences have already shaped us in profound ways. We must acknowledge these experiences and understand their impact so we can mend any damage and prevent further obstacles to our growth. The first step on your journey is critical: accepting yourself and your past. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, offers insights that light the way to a brighter future. These experiences can either limit or fuel your growth, depending on how you handle them. If you ignore them or use them as excuses, they'll hinder the healing process. If you recognize and learn from them, they'll propel your growth. It's unrealistic to believe that a small shift in mindset will allow you to become anything you desire or achieve everything you aim for. Life isn't a movie with a perfect ending. The goal is to keep moving upward, staying true to who you are so you can fully realize your potential. For Dietrich, daily self-acceptance, the first fear technique, is key. He acknowledges his painful past without letting it control his present or future. He survived it, and he believes he can handle whatever else comes his way. You can do the same, and affirming this will ease your anxiety. No matter your past hardships, whether neglect, abuse, or marginalization, the crucial step is to embrace who you are today. Accept that all your experiences, good and bad, are part of you. You can change your path, but first, you need to understand and accept yourself as you are now. Think of a mall map with a "You are here" marker. To get to your desired destination, you need to know your current location. Acceptance is the act that will ground you, no matter where you are or the challenges you face. Embracing the present is the difference between truly living and merely existing. Embracing the present is the difference between truly living and merely existing. Living life on autopilot might feel efficient, especially for routine tasks. Many of us go through daily routines somewhat detached, whether it's driving a familiar route, shopping at our usual grocery store, or chatting with family. While this mental mode saves energy, it often sacrifices real engagement and presence. Autopilot works well for people who are autopilot works well during calm periods when little focus is needed, similar to how it functions in aviation during clear sky flights. However, it falls short during life's more complex situations, when unexpected challenges arise, or when deep connections with others are needed. Retreating to autopilot during moments of fear or anxiety might keep us functioning, but it prevents us from truly living, adapting, and growing. Adopting a more conscious approach to daily interactions is a fear technique that can be life-changing. By being fully present, you can counteract the detachment of an autopilot existence. A simple and effective way to try this out is to actively engage with your environment. Notice the small details or changes in familiar places, whether at work, home, or while running errands. This engagement pulls you out of your internal narrative and reconnects you with the world. Improving how you listen and interact with others is also vital. For example, when someone talks to you, instead of planning your response or worrying about their perception of you, focus solely on their words. Listen as if you'll need to remember every detail later. This practice not only boosts your interactions, but also deepens your relationships. Questioning your reliance on autopilot can reveal new ways to experience life. Imagine a tourist on a beach glued to their phone, missing out on the rich, immersive experiences around them. Similarly, if you're shopping with a focus solely on your list, try taking a different path through the store, talking to an employee, or simply observing the people around you. Turning off autopilot requires small, manageable adjustments in behavior and attention, but it leads to a richer, more connected experience. By actively engaging with the present, you transform routine moments into opportunities for growth and connection. This shift will not only enrich your personal life, it will also help you manage anxiety and fear with more resilience and clarity. Authenticity boosts our happiness. Authenticity boosts our happiness. Navigating life authentically can be both daunting and transformative, especially if you're dealing with fears and anxieties stemming from a tough personal history. Often, in an effort to connect with others or to impress them, we present ourselves differently from who we really are, exaggerating little details about personal achievements, possessions, or experiences. At its root, This behavior is driven by the fear that our true selves might not suffice. Crafting a more appealing persona is a well-intentioned strategy aimed at gaining acceptance and love. However, this inauthentic approach can backfire, leading to feelings of shame and inadequacy instead of diminishing them. Maintaining these fabrications requires energy and can trap us in a cycle of lies that distances us from who we really are. Breaking free from this cycle starts with embracing authenticity, both in self-perception and interactions with others. Being authentic isn't about oversharing or exposing vulnerabilities indiscriminately. It's about ensuring that your external expressions are in harmony with your true feelings. And while it may seem overwhelmingly vulnerable, embracing your authentic self starts with small, conscious choices to avoid embellishing stories. Our third fear technique. Here's how this can look in practice. When the temptation to alter the truth pops up, maybe during a casual chat or a social event, a simple pause and a deep breath works wonders. Use this moment to reflect on whether the action represents your true self or is just a facade designed to shape how others see you. Opting for truthfulness in small interactions might seem like a minor choice, but its cumulative impact is significant. Over time, the effort needed to be genuine lessons, and authenticity naturally emerges as a part of your identity. This approach doesn't just boost personal integrity, it also enriches your relationships. When interactions stem from authenticity, they become more meaningful and satisfying. Remember, people are attracted to genuineness and tend to respond with openness and authenticity themselves. Ultimately, living authentically equips us all to face and manage our fears more effectively, paving the way to a freer, more contented life. This shift may challenge long-standing habits and require substantial courage, but the rewards, enhanced self-respect, better relationships, and personal growth are immensely valuable. Big changes are built on tiny foundations. Big changes are built on tiny foundations. Imagine steering a ship across the ocean. Slight adjustments in direction can drastically change its course over vast distances. In a similar way, small changes in daily routines can lead to significant transformations over time. Our fourth fear technique is embracing tiny habits to support the gradual replacement of old, unhelpful behaviors with new beneficial ones. This allows us to dodge a common pitfall. When we try to overhaul our lives suddenly, we often end up feeling frustrated and disappointed. For example, jumping into a demanding exercise routine without a basic level of fitness can result in quick burnout. Conversely, starting with a modest goal, like doing 5 push-ups each morning and gradually increasing this number, provides a more achievable path to success. This approach keeps motivation high and makes goals seem within reach, decreasing the likelihood of abandonment. The effectiveness of tiny habits is evident in everyday situations. For instance, doing a few simple exercises while brushing your teeth can help alleviate issues like tension headaches. Once these exercises are part of your morning routine, you can slowly introduce them to other moments in the day, like when you're waiting for the kettle to boil. This approach slowly establishes a habit that will significantly reduce your physical discomfort. This incremental strategy isn't just about successfully starting new habits. It also ensures they become long-lasting and continue to evolve. Beginning with small steps helps build a sense of achievement and confidence, essential for anyone making changes amid fear and anxiety. Over time, these habits become embedded in daily routines, leading to enduring transformations. For those daunted by the idea of major life changes, the tiny habit approach provides a manageable and effective strategy. It highlights how even the smallest steps, when consistently practiced and built upon, can lead to substantial outcomes. This method promotes a steady, sustainable route to improvement, proving to be a valuable tool for personal growth that supports a happier, more meaningful life. Final summary. In this speed read summary to Fear Dynamics by Stephen J. Dietrich, you've learned that accepting yourself, including your past and its continued influence, is essential for healing and growth. Small changes, or tiny habits, along with a commitment to authenticity in everyday life, can profoundly reshape your approach to personal development. When you engage more actively and genuinely with the world, you enhance your relationships and personal fulfillment. This leads to a more mindful and satisfying life, where you're truly present in every moment, instead of being derailed by anxiety and fear. Thanks for listening. See you in the next speed read.